Hello everyone, welcome back to the Gamers Lounge. This is Michael and I have yet another review for you. I really had to bring you this one because I've been enjoying the Arcade Archives 2 franchise, and since they've released the number 2 archives, I thought, yeah, let's bring them Aquajet as well. I'm sure there are a few videos on YouTube, and I watched one in particular from somebody who I really like his review style because he comes across as really human, and I think the channel is called VGC. It's a Scottish fellow. I'd recommend it. He's got tons of quality videos there, and it's done in a very relaxed, human and gamer enthusiastic way. But I'm going to bring you my little version because I do love these old arcade titles, and this one in particular does bring back quite a few memories. Namco released it in 1996, and I remember seeing it in the arcades back in the day. I don't remember if I tried it, but I know that, as you can see in this little scene here, it was very impressive. You had the arcade cabinet and you had a jet ski that you could actually mount and control. So it was really impressive, much along the lines of, if you remember, Manx TT, which was later converted to the Saturn. That had a smashing motorcycle cabinet where you could mount this incredible machine and use the handlebars, and it would sway and rock the same way as this one did. But well, let's bring you the home version. So we got to insert the coins. I think my wife wants to tell me she's going out to get a sunset. Send me pictures. Yeah. Well, we do live in I'm sure I mentioned it in previous videos, a quaint little fishing village where the sunsets are beautiful. So there you go. When it's a nice day, when the weather's nice, you've got to go and chase a sunset. But anyway, let's get into this little game here. So there are only 2 courses. Unfortunately, when it comes to the old arcade games, you only got a maximum of like 2 or 3 courses anyway, because they weren't designed for incredible longevity. What the good old arcade games are designed for is for eating up your pound coins and for giving you these short, quick bursts of exhilarating pleasure. As did Ridge Racer back in the day, Daytona USA, Manx TT, Sega Rally. They only had about 3 courses, although Sega Rally had 4 because they had Lakeside as an unlockable one, but still. The arcade games of old were designed for that purpose. So if you download Aquajet, I've got it running on my PS5, and it's available in the UK store for £13.99. For those of you that love the old arcade games and are retro enthusiasts like myself, it's worth every penny. Nothing more has been added to it, unfortunately. You get a perfect arcade conversion, so it looks exactly like it did back in the day. It handles like it did. The controller on the PS5 and the haptic feedback are not bad at all. It's got nice, responsive and snappy handling. I've never been on a jet ski, but I have handled a boat before, but more on that later. So yeah, I'd say the handling is pretty close. It's not designed to be a hardcore simulator, but it's just designed to give you short bursts of incredible fun. And I won't even say that the graphics are completely dated. I mean, yes, they are a bit, but not that much. This still looks good. It's got lovely, chunky, vibrant graphics. And if you look at the hills in the background and the bits of hill and rock studded with grass and moss that you go through, that's very reminiscent of Ridge Racer Revolution. And that just goes to show, first of all, how powerful the PS1 was in replicating System 22. I mean, it did the original Ridge Racer very well, but then when they programmed and developed Ridge Racer Revolution, I mean, wasn't that a fantastic looking game? And that's what the graphics of this game remind me of. They remind me of the chunkiness and the vibrancy and the wonderful quality of the graphics in Ridge Racer Revolution. Let's give you the other course now. I might as well show it to you. There aren't any spoilers as such here. Now, the expert course, as you know, it's just the same course as the original one, but when you get about halfway, it deviates and goes through a different route. Not a massively different route, but different enough to warrant it being called the expert course. So we're going to go down there. There you go. Look at that. Extend, time extend. Now, you've got lovely little touches here. Lovely arcadey little touches that bring a little smile to your face, as they did back then. When you jump over a steep, a high ramp, your jet ski's nose and your rider both dip into the water a bit more deeply than usual, and you get to see some fish. There's a seagull there, look. Or is it an albatross? It's massive. It's a bloody big seagull. But let's see if we can get that little moment here. Yeah, I think when you jump off this bit, you go into the water and you see the fish. See what I mean about the graphics of the mountains and the hills? It's very reminiscent of Ridge Racer Revolution. Here's the other route. It goes through this foresty area, this canopy of trees where the sunlight filters through. It's a really nice little touch, actually. Over the waves. Now, there are a number of jet ski racing games on the original PlayStation, for those of you that want to give the old retro machine a spin. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hydro Thunder's on the original PlayStation, isn't it? And then later they converted that to the Dreamcast, and you can also get it on Xbox Live Arcade. I have it on my Xbox Series X. I can play it on there, and that looks really good. There's another game on the, you know what, it's slipped out of my mind at the moment, but I'm sure it starts with AQUA on the PlayStation. There's the Jet Moto series, and the one that I really like, and I did review it on my Instagram channel, it's called Rapid Racer. So for those of you that want to dig out your old PS1s again, I would, because Rapid Racer is a very good game. That's what I mentioned before. I've controlled a boat, not at those insane speeds, but I have controlled one, and I can tell you that the handling in Rapid Racer is pretty accurate. It's not bad. I know quite a lot of people didn't like it, but they've probably never driven a boat. But the graphics in that one are high resolution. You can also design your own courses with a fractal generator, and it's really, really good. Yep, it's called Rapid Racer. I think there's a link on the YouTube channel to my Instagram page. I think you should see the review there. But if you're going to dig out your PS1s to try out some old, you know, water racing games, then aside from the Jet Motos of this world and the Hydro Thunders and the other one, which I can't bloody remember, but yeah, try out Rapid Racer. It's really well worth it. But anyway, there isn't much more I can tell you about AquaJet. As you can see, it takes a few minutes to get through the game itself, to get through those courses. It's a little bit more difficult if you want to come first place. In fact, I don't believe I've come first place yet. The best I've got is 7 on both, second, sorry, on both courses. So I've not done extremely well myself. But anyway, I'd say give this one a shot. It's really good. If you haven't played it in the arcade, I think $13.99 is a bit steep. If you're a first-time player, if you've never tried it before when it was in the arcades, don't bother at $13.99, because as you can see, what I've shown you here, that's all there is. There is something else I can show you, however. If I can get to the bloody place. There is something called a hidden mode. Tell you what, let's go back to title. Ah, there you go. So, hidden mode. And that's what hidden mode is. Basically, all you do is you change all of the riders, including yourself, into penguins. And there's also a mirror mode, where, of course, it pretty much speaks for itself. The courses are reversed. And also, a third option, there is a penguin plus mirror mode. So, okay, if you want to try something a little bit different, you can race the course in its reverse reflected manner and looking like a penguin. That's pretty much all you get. But anyway, this is pretty much it. There you go, look. Just tells you a little bit about what each course does. There you go. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this tiny little jingle of a video. Until the next time, I'm going to be bringing you the new Shinobi game when it comes out. I'll be playing through that, and as soon as I finish it, hopefully I can, it won't be too bloody frustrating, and I will bring you that review, because that's one game I'd really be looking forward to, is that Shinobi game. I have played the demo. I didn't bother bringing you the demo because there are so many reviews and showcases already on YouTube of the demo itself. Lots of different people have actually played it and brought you their views, but I'd rather bring you a review of the finished game. So you can look forward to that. Anyway, enjoy. Ciao, ciao.